Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you exactly how I use this new AI tool to write a VSL script that's made me over $70,000 for my business and is on track to reach six figures in the next 2 months. Most people use ChatGPT to write their scripts and think that it's going to be good, but the truth is ChatGPT and honestly all the other AI tools out there absolutely suck when it comes to writing scripts or writing anything really. It always sounds robotic, and even if it doesn't sound robotic, it's just straight up bad. Let's be real. But in this video, you will learn how to train the AI to write the absolute best possible script ever that even the best copywriters out there could not even replicate. Now look, this is not some theoretical tutorial because I'm going to walk through the exact process I use to create the VSL script for my online course, which has already brought in $70,000 and is projected to hit six figures in the next 60 days. So let's get into it. Before we get started, let me be clear about something. I'm not saying that AI will replace copywriters or that you don't need to understand sales psychology, right? What I'm saying is that this tool I'm about to show you, this video called Poppy AI, can dramatically accelerate your process and help you create sales scripts that actually convert without having much work involved. So here's what we're going to cover in this video. First, I will show you how to train Poppy AI to understand your unique voice and style. Then I will reveal how to make Poppy learn from the best VSL experts and copywriters in the world so that it's almost as if you had the best writers in the world to write your script for you. Finally, I will show you how to write a complete and high converting VSL script in just a couple minutes. And then I will also share some advanced tips and strategies that took my conversion rates to another level. Now look, if you haven't heard about Poppy AI before, it's totally normal because it's a relatively new tool that's completely changing the game for content creators, entrepreneurs, and marketers. And unlike ChatGPT or Claude, Poppy is specifically designed for creating content that performs well. Let me show you exactly how it works. All right, so the first step is to go on the website called getpoppy.ai and create an account. Now look, I'm going to be very upfront. This tool is not free, but I also have a good news for you because I have a coupon code called MORE1, which takes $25 off. Now look, I'm not going to be begging you to buy it and spend the next 5 minutes explaining why it's so much better than all the other AI tools and, why it's better than Claude and ChatGPT and why you should, spend your money on it, because I'm going to let this video do the talking. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to try to convince you, do some shady marketing tactics. I'm just going to let this video speak for itself and you will see by yourself why this tool is a game changer and why this is the best $299 you will ever spend. All right, deal. All right, guys. So once you're in, you will see this interface. Now it's very simple looking and very minimal looking. And well, that's a good thing because honestly, you'll see that it's very simple to understand. But the first thing we're going to do here is just click on this big purple button called New Board. So you just click on it. And then it will create this new blank board with nothing going on in it. Let it load, and there we go. So you have pretty much nothing here, and you also have this sort of like sidebar on the left with a lot of different buttons. I will explain everything in just a couple of minutes. And the first thing we're gonna do here is just rename this board to whatever you're working on. So in this case, we're about to do a VSL. So the logical thing to do would be just to rename this board by clicking here and name it VSL. There you go. So now your board is created. Now the magic of Poppy is that it can analyze your existing content to understand your unique voice and style. And this is very crucial because you don't want it to create a script that just doesn't sound like you or just sounds AI generated because, well, that would just make it very bad, right? And also one of the best thing about Poppy is that it has this very nice interface, unlike ChatGPT, that lets you see everything from a visual point of view instead of just a regular chat conversation, which you can very easily get lost in, Because for example, on ChatGPT, the conversation can get really long and you can just very easily get lost in the conversation and not remember what you were talking about like 5 minutes before. And this makes it possible to just have an overall clear view of everything going on in like a mind map format. And I will explain everything in just a couple of minutes. So anyways, the first step here is to make the AI and train the AI to learn exactly how you speak and how you talk, right? So that's the first and that's the most important part, because otherwise all the outputs will just be bad. So if you don't nail this part, all the rest and all the scripts and everything the AI will give you will be bad, right? So the first thing is to train the AI to learn how you speak. So for this, it's very, very simple. All you have to do is just copy and paste links of your existing content and paste it into Poppy. So it can be, for example, an Instagram reel, a TikTok video, or a YouTube video, or pretty much any content you posted before on social media. Now, if you never posted content before on social media, you can simply just copy and paste some of your text that you wrote. So it can be, for example, emails or messages or some essays that you wrote. The goal here is just to train the AI to learn how you speak or how you write. So even if you never posted content before on social media, you can still copy and paste some text that you wrote, right? So what I'm going to do here is just copy and paste some links of my Instagram reels that I posted so that Poppy AI can learn how I speak. So for example, let's take this one, which got 25,000 views, and I can just copy and paste it in Poppy AI. And so once you're in Poppy AI, just Command V or Control V for Windows, and it will just paste the Instagram reel on the board. Now, what it's doing here is pretty amazing because it's not just copying and pasting the links, right? It's transcribing the video and understanding everything that you say in the video. So it's analyzing everything I said, right? So automatically it transcribes the video into a script and it understands how you speak based on the script. So you don't have to manually just for every video you paste, tell it, please transcribe a video and learn how I speak because it does it automatically, right? So I just pasted the video and in the back end, without me seeing it, it's pretty much analyzed the entire video and it's going to do this for every content I paste onto it. So let's do this for another video. For example, this one got 71,000 views. Now, the best thing to do here is to copy and paste some of your best performing content because obviously if they perform well, it's for a reason. So you want Poppy AI to understand it, to analyze your best content so that it can replicate what made these videos successful and viral, right? So again, I just pasted it and now it's just analyzing the video in the backends. And the more content you paste into Poppy, the better the output will be. So my suggestion here would be to just paste as much videos as possible, not like 10 of them, but a good amount would be, for example, 3 short form videos or 4, and then 3 YouTube videos, right? That's a sweet amount. So I'm going to do this for one more video. For example, this one, just copy link address and then comment V onto Poppy. And again, it's going to analyze everything by itself. Let's do YouTube videos now because that's also very important. Long form content is also a good way for it to analyze how I speak because, well, the longer the video is, the more information it will have to analyze my speaking style. So I'm going to take this one, which I posted yesterday, actually. I'm just going to click copy link address and then command V here, and it's going to paste the video again. It's transcribing everything, right? Another thing that's crazy about Poppy AI that I didn't mention, because it's been released in a new update, so it wasn't like this like 2 months ago, but now we can also visualize the videos you paste into Poppy. So it's pretty crazy, but now, for example, on this Instagram reel, if I ask it, what do you see? It will see that the background is a city, that I have a chain, like my hand gestures. Pretty much I can now visually see what's going on in the video, which is crazy because, well, no other AI tool can do this at the moment. And they can also be very useful for people who do not speak in their content, right? Like sometimes people just don't speak and they have like text written on the videos and, they just don't use the voice. Again, Poppy AI can still be useful for you guys because, well, it can still analyze and visualize everything that's going on in the video. So that's also a good thing. Now let's copy and paste another one. So this one's nice, copy address, paste it into Poppy, and this one's copy address, and paste it into Poppy. There you go. So now I have 3 Instagram reels and 3 YouTube videos of mine that I pasted into Poppy. Now the next step is to organize them, right? You don't want them just to be wandering around on the board without having much space. So what you can do here is just press G on your keyboard, so the letter G, and then it will create a group. And so in that group, you can just drag and drop the videos in that group. So we can do here, so let's make it here, there you go, so let's paste the video here, and then YouTube, so it's all content. So now all your content is grouped into one group. So that's better for organizing the entire board, and you can also rename the board My Content, right? So that Poppy AI knows that this is your content. Now the next step is that you open the chats on the board. So to do this, just press C on your keyboard, and it's going to open the chats, and then you just link the group of your content to the chat so that the chat knows about this, right? It just gets the context and it gets all the videos that were in the group connected to its knowledge base. So to do this, just drag this little purple button and drag it to the other chats. And there you go. Now the chat has the context and is aware of all these videos of yours. Now the next step is to make sure that Poppy analyzes all the content and gets everything correctly. So for this, just type this exact prompt. Based on my content, analyze my speaking style and tone of voice. And now it's going to pretty much analyze everything about the videos and see all the common patterns and how you speak so that it can just replicate it to the smallest details. So as you can see, I do use phrases like literally and absolutely and completely to emphasize key points. Same for the hook-based openings, that is true. And yeah, now it just gets pretty much everything about my speaking style, right? I do say look a lot of times. I do say let me be clear about something as well. So all of this now, it can just replicate exactly how I speak into other content. So that's the number one step of this tutorial. Now, this is exactly why Poppy is so powerful, because it's not just analyzing the words I use, but it's analyzing the entire structure of how I communicate, right? And that's very important for the next step. So let's get into it. Now, for the second step, and this is where things get really interesting, we're going to train Poppy on the best VSL techniques from the top experts in the world. Because well, why would I write the script of my VSL when there's people out there that are experts in VSL writing and script writing that can write it for me? Like, there are people that are way more knowledgeable than me when it comes to writing scripts and writing VSL scripts. So why would I not let them write my scripts instead of me writing it, if that makes sense? And so for this, it's very simple. Just go on YouTube and type, for example, in my case, to write a VSL, let's say, write VSL script. So as you can see, a lot of videos out there are about teaching you how to write a good VSL. But again, if you had to, watch all of them one by one, it would most likely take you a lot of time. And you will most likely forget one or two key principles from each video, because your brain cannot just remember everything, right? And if it does, it will take a long time to do so. So in that case, let's use AI to do it for us. So let's take a look at the best videos here. The best thing would be to take videos from people who know what they're talking about. So for example, Daniel Fazio, I've been following him on Twitter for a long time. I know that this guy's legit. I know that this guy knows what he's talking about. And I know that this guy is very good at writing VSL. What we can do here is, for example, copy and paste his video about my $5 million VSL script, and just copy the link and then paste it to Poppy again. So let's just paste it here. And so let's do this for 4 other videos so that we can have a good foundation on what is a good VSL. So for example, this one is nice. So copy link address, and then this one seems also pretty good. There you go, paste it into Poppy as well. What we can do as well is not just focus on videos that specifically teach about VSL scripts, specifically, but also teach about the rest of the skills needed to build a good VSL script. So for example, one of them would be storytelling. So for example, this video of Philip Hum about give me 9 minutes and I will improve your storytelling skills by 176%. This is golden, right? Because this guy just gives a lot of value about how to write good storytelling scripts. So let's just copy and paste it. And oops, my bad. This is not what I wanted to do. Paste it here onto Poppy. There we go. And we can also, for example, do a script writing course. So for example, I guess a YouTube script is pretty similar to a VSL script, because, well, the goal here is just the same, which is to hook people in and to have a good retention. So let's also do this one. Let's copy the link and paste it into Poppy as well. And maybe last one for us to have 6 videos. So, and let's also take this one, for example, which is how to write a VSL script, which is a free copywriting training, which is also pretty much the same as writing VSL, right? So all these skills are needed to build and to write a good VSL. So there you go. Now we have 6 videos on YouTube of people that know far better than us how to write good video scripts, right? So again, same thing, just create a group by clicking G on your keyboard. And then let's make it a bit bigger in size. And let's put all the videos inside that group. So let's do this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay. So now we have a group with all the tutorial and courses and filled with knowledge on how to write the best VSL scripts. So we can call it, for example, VSL, maybe script writing courses. There you go. And I've also seen one of this guy that made it about Alex Hormozy, which explains how to create the perfect VSL, and he put it into a YouTube video, which is very interesting. So again, let's just copy and paste into Poppy AI. Remember, the goal here is to have people that are far better than us at what we do, so that we can just make them write the script for us, if that makes sense, right? So in this case, Alex Hormozy, a very talented guy, of course, everyone knows him. So obviously, his skills at script writing are better than mine. Now we have all 7 YouTube videos about how to write the best scripts. Very simple next step, just same thing. Click this little purple dot here and just connect it to chats. And there you go. Now the chats knows about these videos and knows about the context. Now the next step is very simple. Just make sure that Poppy gets everything correctly. Let me ask it, for example, what do you see in the group called I called it script writing courses. And let's see what it says. Yeah, so here's what I observe. Video, say letter creation. Da, 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 da. There you go. So yeah, now it just tells you, okay, I see everything in videos. Now the next prompt we have to give it is this one. Okay, great. Now analyze each of these 7 videos about creating high converting VSL scripts. What are the key principles and techniques they teach? And now it's going to really get deep into the videos and analyze deeply into them, like what's the principles and like what are the principles teach in these videos, so that we can just reuse these principles for our own VSL. So again, building blocks approach, target customer focus, problem solution alignments. And as you can see, it analyzes each of these videos. So this one is Daniel Fazio's videos, and it just analyzes everything about the video and what Daniel Fazio teaches in the video, right? So it's pretty much like taking all the knowledge out there about writing VSL scripts and applying it to our VSL scripts so that it just becomes the best possible script ever. Okay, so now the third and most exciting step is to write and actually create the VSL script, right? So now that Poppy knows about how we talk and knows about everything to create a good VSL script, we can now ask it to create our VSL script for our product. So in my case, for example, I'm going to tell it to create a VSL script for my online course, which is called the Creator Masterclass, right? So what I type is very simple. There's no specific prompt this time you guys need to type. Just describe the product and what it does, and then it will just create it for you, right? So in my case, I'm going to say something like, my product is called the Creator Masterclass. It's a comprehensive online course that teaches people how to build customers on social media, create viral content, and monetize their audience through different deals, digital products, and affiliates, marketing affiliates, basically. The price points right now is $907. The main pain points my audience is facing are, and then here, that's very important actually. So regardless of what your product is, make sure to tell it what are your audience's pain points, right? Like what are the ICP pain points of your product? If you don't know what they are, just you can still just go on ChatGPT or even just Poppy AI and describe your product, or even like paste the link of your info product and then ask it based on my products, what are the most common pain points the potential buyer is facing, right? And then you will have all the pain points for your info product or whatever it is. In my case, it is creating content that no budgets, followers, but not making money, getting rejected by brands or getting global offers for brand deals, not knowing how to create and sell digital products. And then you tell it the main benefits of your info product. So the main benefits of my course are, and again, if you don't know what they are, if you don't know what the benefits are, you can just ask Poppy AI to tell you what are the main benefits and pain points of your products. And so to do this, there's something that's really amazing about Poppy AI, which is that it can analyze websites. So for example, if you don't know what they are, I mean, if you don't know like what pain points and what benefits your product have, like specifically, what you can do is just go on the left bar here and click on websites. And now it's going to just pop up this blue thing. And all you're going to do is just paste the link of your info products. So in my case, for example, it would be something like the Creator Masterclass.com, and then click enter, and then it will analyze all the websites by itself. So it will just have all the context about your course, etc. And again, same thing, just open up a new chat and connect the website to it. And then you ask it something like, based on the websites I gave you here, which is like whatever the product name is, tell me what are the main pain points that the ICP / potential buyer is facing, and also tell me the benefits of my course or of my program, right? Like whatever you're selling. So that's something amazing as well. So you can just plug your website into the chats and it will analyze everything about the website by itself. So anyways, let's get back to what we were saying. In this case, the main benefits of my course are content across platforms, templates for pitching to brands, and negotiating higher rates for brand deals, step-by-step process for creating and launching digital products, then access to my network of brand partners looking for creators. Okay. There you go. And so now you can ask it using the VSL writing / script writing principles. Actually, I would say using all the VSL writing and script principles. Maybe not all, but let's just do this. You learned from the YouTube videos. And using my own speaking style, please write a high converting VSL script for my course, the Creator Masterclass. Make it sound exactly like me and follow the best practices from the VSL experts. And now just press enter and it's going to cook. It's going to cook something amazing, right? You gave it your pain points, you gave it the main benefits of your course, you explained it what your product is. So now it's going to cook something amazing. And there you go. This is crazy. Like, this is actually insane. This is crazy because like this is an actually amazing VSL, and yeah, like it's just amazing because it also extracted all the info about me from my YouTube videos. So for example, I pasted in one of the videos. One of those videos is, this video is called I made $500,000 at 21 years old and I did everything wrong. In this video, I talk about my story, I talk about myself, I talk about more about like who am I and my background and how I came up. And the crazy thing is that out of all the videos, it still took this like specific segment of this video where I talk about me in my background and it uses it inside here. So it says here, just 3 years ago, I was a 19-year-old kid from Paris with $30 to my name. That is true, right? And the crazy thing is that I didn't tell it something like I didn't give it a prompt explaining it, who am I? As you can see, like this is literally just the entire conversation. So it literally extracted the right info from all these videos and put them all in a synthesized way into an amazing VSL. Like that's crazy to me because that's something that most AI tools just cannot do, if any, to be honest. So anyways, let's get back to the scripts. You now have an amazing VSL that you could literally just copy and paste, film, record, edit, and put it on your landing page of your products. So just to prove you guys that it actually sounds and is written exactly like I would, I'm going to just say out loud a few sentences so that you realize that it's literally just my style of speaking, right? So let's do it. Stop what you're doing right now because I'm about to reveal the exact system that helped me make $317,000 last year as a content creator while growing to over 360,000 followers. Look, I know what you're thinking. This is probably just another course from some guy who got lucky with a few viral posts. But here's the truth. There's nothing lucky about consistently creating content that gets millions of views and actually making money from that attention. I've helped hundreds of creators go from zero to making their first 10K online, and I'm about to show you exactly how you can do the same with the Creator Masterclass. Just 3 years ago, I was a 19-year-old kid from Paris with $30 to my name, posting content that nobody watched. Fast forward to now, and my content has generated over $500,000 in revenue. But this is not just about me. Take Sarah, for example. She joined the Creator Masterclass last year when she had just 2,000 followers and was making exactly $0 from her content. Within 90 days of implementing my viral content framework, she hit 50,000 followers and signed her first $5,000 brand deal. So yeah, as you can see, this is crazy because this sounds exactly like me. And it's actually an amazing script that I could even myself use for my course. And this is amazing because it's also using all the principles from the video. So for example, as you can see here, it's giving like the social proof. So who am I and why they should listen to me. This is about twisting the knife about their pain points because I'm saying, for example, if you're still struggling to grow on social media, it's not because you're not talented enough or because the algorithm is against you. Like this is one of the principles that one of these guys in the video teached, which is twisting the knife about the pain points to make sure that the prospect feels understood. I talk about the solution here and then also say, imagine this. So I'll like let them realize what their life could look like if they rely on my program and then objection handling. So, you know, all the bad things that people watching the video could think of, I'm just handling them right now. So yeah, this is amazing. This is just an actually good VSL that I could just copy and paste right now and use for my product. And I guarantee that it will make me more sales and more money than if I wrote it by myself. Now, let me share some advanced tips and strategies that took my VSL to the next level and that can take yours to the next level as well. So first off, I can, for example, not accept this first draft, right? I can, for example, ask Poppy to improve specific questions. So if you asked it to create a VSL and there's one specific section that you're not very satisfied with, or maybe it just said something straight up false, for example, like this one, like John was creating amazing videos. Like, this is not true. I don't have a single student called John. Maybe like one, I think, but like, this is not true, right? Like, this is just a made up testimonial. So I can just ask it to change it or to edit it or to remove it. Or for example, let's say that the objection handling is not, strong enough. Like, you think that there's still improvements that can be made. You can very simply just ask it. The objection handling section needs to be stronger. People often objects, for example, like you take a look at it and you realize that like there's something missing, for example, that like they don't have enough followers to make money. As you can see, I'm not handling here the objection that people might have, which is I don't have enough followers to make money. Like, for example, I can't make money with like 10,000 followers, because some people think that, right? So you have to handle it. So I can just say, for example, people often object that they don't have enough followers yet to make money. Rewrites that section to address this objection more convincingly. And also, what you can do here is to just ask it, just rewrite a section, not the rest, to address this objection more convincingly, because you don't want it to like write the entire script again, because you only need a change done in this section called objection handling. And why I'm saying this is because, well, first of all, it makes you save time. But second of all, is because Poppy AI is credits based, right? So you pay and then you have a specific amount of credits per month. Again, this is way enough for most people. I got the 3,000 credits per month plan, but if you get it, you will have the 2,000 credits plan just like I had. And this is like way enough. Like, for literally everyone, 2,000 credits is like enough. For example, as you can see here, I asked it to create the entire VSL. I asked it a lot of questions. I gave it a lot of videos, and I've only used 88 credits out of the 3,000s. And I think I started out with like 40. So I used like maybe like 40 credits, which is nothing, right? For like a whole VSL. So imagine if like you could create like content every single day, create YouTube video scripts, like you will have way enough credits. But of course, even if you have enough, and even if like 2,000 is a lot, it's still always good to save up if you can. So in this case, I'm not going to ask it to recreate the entire script, because that would just be useless, right? So just rewrite this section, not the rest of the script, to address this objection more convincingly. And now it will just do this. Just give it a couple seconds. There you go. Now I know what you might be thinking, blah, 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 and there you go. Now it just rewrote the entire section with what you told it to do. That is amazing. So you can see, yeah, this is the first objection that is being called out, which is exactly what I asked. Amazing. Now, second tip you can use is you can ask Poppy to create multiple versions of the hook and test them, right? So if you're not satisfied with the hook here, like the big promise, you can still ask it to recreate it and to rewrite it. So again, what you can do here is create 3 different hooks for this VSL, each with a different angle. One focusing on the money aspects, one focusing on the freedom lifestyle, and one on the step-by-step system. So what you can do now with all these like 3 different hooks, you could, for example, have 3 different segments, like 3 different landing pages with 3 different like hooks, and you can just pretty much like spread them across different channels and see which one performs the best. Again, like that's cool to do some A/B testing. That's always useful. So let's see what it says here, and then there we go. It's just rewriting the entire hook with everything I told it to do, and it's rewriting it amazingly well. Like this one is amazing, for example. This one is nice as well. Like, imagine waking up tomorrow with no alarm clock, opening the phone to see that the content you posted yesterday while sipping coffee has already made you money than most people make in a week at their 9-to-5 jobs. Like, that is an amazing line. Like, that is a good hook, I'm not gonna lie. And same for this one as well. So tip number 3 is that you can also create an email sequence to accompany this VSL launch. So as you know, when you launch a product, like when you launch a new landing page for a product, there's obviously other channels of marketing that you have to use. One of them is email. And so what you can do here is, for example, if you have an email list of people that are already signed up to your newsletter, you can ask Poppy AI to like create an email sequence, like for example, a 7 days email sequence, like 5 days email sequence to accompany this VSL script and like this VSL launch, like your new product launch, right? So for example, I could ask it to create a email sequence, let's say just like a 3 days email sequence, or you know what, in 3 days, to accompany this new product launch. Include subject lines and the full email copy in my style, and let's see what it does. There you go. So that's email number 1, announcement emails. It's saying everything about like, and it's also in my style, and it's also using the same script writing techniques from the YouTube videos I gave it. This is amazing. Yeah, this is like well written. This is some high quality copy, I'm not gonna lie. And this is the evening email, which is another email. And then there's the second, like for day 2, the morning email, and then the evening email, like which is the last one, right? For example, final chance, create a masterclass, special price ends tonight, so that it gets as many people as buying as possible. And yeah, this is how you do it. This is an amazingly written sequence that you can just use and plug it to your launch, right? And so just like that, I have everything I need for a complete launch. I have the VSL script, which is amazing. I have the email sequence, and all of this is in my voice, all following proven conversion and script writing principles from people who know way more than me when it comes to writing good content. So that's amazing. That's a cheat code. So there you have it. This is exactly how I use Poppy AI to create a VSL script that's already generated me over $70,000 and is on track to hit 6 figures in the next 2 months. So to recap what we covered, first, train Poppy on your unique voice and style. Then have it learn from the best VSL experts. Then give it detailed information about your offer, and then use the advanced tips and strategies to refine and expand your campaign. Now, is Poppy perfect? Of course no. I mean, there's no AI tool that's perfect out there. You still need to review the outputs, make adjustments sometimes, and bring your own expertise to the table. But it's by far the best AI tool that comes the closest to perfection I've ever tried for creating high converting copy and creating social media content. So if this video convinced you and you want to try it out for yourself, you can use my link in the description with my coupon code to save money. Full disclosure, I do get a small commission if you sign up, but you also pay less, so that's pretty much a win-win situation. If you found this video to be helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.